What would happen with the returns of the Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels and the Phenom, The Undertaker, to Raw? Well, I'll tell you as WGS-TV reviews Monday Night Raw for the week of January 9th, 2016. Hey YouTube, are you ready for your hot tag? Because if you are, it's definitely time to work.
This is Mustang Mike and you're watching WGS-TV.
What's up, guys? I'm the Russell Gamer. Welcome back to another episode of WGS-TV right here on YouTube.com/RussellGamer. Two of the featured returns this week were Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker. Now, with HBK's return, it was kind of obvious since over the past few weeks, WWE's been plugging his new movie, The Resurrection of Gavin Stone, which is set to release in theaters on January 20th. Now, what were they going to do with The Undertaker? Before I answer that question, let's talk about Raw. Opening the Raw this week was originally going to be Roman Reigns defending the United States Championship in a handicap match against both Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho, but from the looks of it, it was more set up to be in the main event instead of opening Monday Night Raw. So they had Braun Strowman out there to attack Roman Reigns, which turned into a 3-on-1 beatdown until Seth Rollins came out to make the save. Having Stephanie McMahon out there to announce the U.S. title match was going to be in the main event and Rollins versus Strowman would be the opening match, really didn't surprise me, and to be honest, WWE Creative really hasn't done much to surprise me. Opening match this week, just as I just mentioned, was Braun Strowman versus Seth Rollins. I have to say, overall match content was quite good, but the question that's really on everyone's mind, including yours truly, is whether or not Rollins is getting over as a face. I would say yes, due to the fact that he's starting to get more and more positive reactions from the crowd lately, but if they want the feud with him and Triple H to go off unhitched, he needs to be built up more as a face, but that's just my personal opinion. The match with Strowman and Rollins ended in a double countout as Strowman grabbed a chair, wanting to do more damage, but Rollins ended up getting it and holding off Strowman to end the segment. Up next, it was Jack Gallagher taking on Drew Gulak. I have quickly become a huge Gallagher fan. He's done some really innovative things in WWE, and most recently being the Gentleman's Duel with Arya Daivari on 205 Live, where he basically pwned him with an umbrella. The match with him and Gulak didn't disappoint, with the finish of the match being Gallagher hitting the corner dropkick on Gulak to pick up the win. After the match, Gallagher would invite Daivari to sit down with him on 205 Live tonight to hash out their problems like gentlemen, so I really can't wait to see what they do with that. Up next was the return of the Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels, who was out there basically to plug his new movie, The Resurrection of Gavin Stone, coming out January 20th, and rest assured guys, this review is not sponsored by this movie. Now, in a move that puzzled me at first was the appearance of Rusev, Lana, and Jinder Mahal. First off, Lana was super hot last night. Thumbs up for that. Apparently, the way this segment went off was Rusev wanted Lana in HBK's new movie, Michaels saying it can't be done due to the fact that the movie was finished already, and after hearing some stupid excuses from Rusev, out would come Big Cass and Enzo Amore in his wheelchair. And after their usual spiel, we were left with a match with Big Cass and Jinder Mahal with HBK at ringside. The match wasn't too bad. Having Michaels hit the sweet chin music on Rusev definitely had a nostalgia factor to it, but I have to call out Mahal for screwing up the H River Crossing, which is Cass's spinning sidewalk slam. So instead of ending the match on a botch, Cass hit the Empire Elbow on Mahal to pick up the win. Up next, it was Lince Dorado taking on Neville. Ever since Neville debuted his new attitude as a heel, he's really starting to stand out on his own. I never followed Neville's heel run in NXT, so I had no idea how he would fare going over as a heel on the main roster, but I have to say, he's doing a fine job of it. Having Neville use the Rings of Saturn finish on Dorado instead of the Red Arrow, I would speculate the move change would be because they wanted to take the excitement factor out of Neville's gimmick and moveset, and the Red Arrow definitely brings the excitement factor, I should say, to Neville. So I guess for now, with the new attitude change, the signature of Neville was a necessary evil. Also, let's not forget about the post-match confrontation with Neville and the Cruiserweight Champion, Rich Swann, who took it to Neville to end the segment. Up next, it was Luke Gallows taking on Sheamus with Cesaro and Carl Anderson on commentary. I have a question for you guys. Is Sheamus a face? You guys tell me in the comments section. WWE's been building up this angle with the club, Cesaro and Sheamus for the Raw Tag Team Championship for the past couple of weeks now, and I have to say I'm interested to see where they go with them. Carl Anderson and Cesaro did a really good job on commentary, if I do say so myself. The finish of the match was Sheamus hitting the Brogue kick on Gallows to pick up the win. Now, will this be the time they put the Tag Team Championship on the club? I guess we'll have to wait until the Royal Rumble to find out. Up next, it was Mick Foley. Mick Foley was out there begging for The Undertaker to show up and got teased with the lights going out before Stephanie McMahon came out to publicly give Foley a performance review. And before she could finish, out with somber The Undertaker, who only did a couple of things in this segment. First, he would announce that he would be entering the Royal Rumble match. And secondly, he could go on any show that he wants because he's The Undertaker. And then he left. I don't know what else to say about it. Up next, it was Bayley and Sasha Banks taking on Charlotte and Nia Jax. This was set up during a backstage confrontation, or a beatdown of sorts, of Bayley and Sasha, which led to a match being made. For what it was okay, but I really don't have much to say about this one. The finish of the match was Nia hitting a leg drop on Bayley to pick up the win. They sure picked up some good camera angles when Charlotte was bending over at Bayley, which gave everyone a clear shot of Charlotte's cleavage, which perked me up for sure. Okay, now last week's segment with Titus O'Neil trying out for the New Day was awful to say the least, and last night WWE went down the same rabbit hole. They had Titus recreate the keg challenge that he failed miserably on NXT 7 years ago. And for those of you who don't remember, NXT started out as a lame competition show before it became the saving grace of WWE that it is today. Now, would they have Titus win the keg challenge? Of course not. Before he crossed the finish line, he dropped the keg, which disqualified him from winning, which set up a match between Titus and Kofi Kingston. This was no different than last week, to be honest, with Kofi Kingston hitting Trouble in Paradise on Titus to pick up the win, and once again denying Titus of joining the New Day. I guess next week it'll be Big E's turn to beat down Titus. I just wonder how long they're going to be keeping this up, and I hope it's not for long, in my opinion, because it's just piss break material, personally. Up next, it was the main event, the handicap match for the United States Championship, with Roman Reigns defending the championship against both Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho. For weeks, WWE has basically been teasing Reigns dropping the title to someone due to the fact that he's challenging for Raw's top title at the Royal Rumble, so basically, there's no point in keeping the secondary championship on him. Now, something happened with Jericho that caused him to be busted open on his forehead because he was bleeding for a good portion of the match. Not profusely, but the blood was very visible on his forehead. Now, after seeing Kevin Owens powerbomb Reigns on the ring apron, I knew right then and there that Reigns was dropping the title to the one person who's never held it in his career, Chris Jericho. So now Owens has the Universal Championship, and Jericho now holds the United States Championship. The only bad feeling I have about this is, will Chris Jericho be pegged as a transitional champion? Did they put the championship on him last night, only for him to lose it next week if the rematch happens then? Honestly, Roman Reigns doesn't need the United States Championship right now, and honestly, what did he do as United States Champion? Not much, to be honest. Overall score on Raw this week gets a 3 out of 5, with best match of the night going to the United States Championship handicap match, with worst segment of the night going to Alicia Fox playing tonsil hockey with Noam Dar. Let's just say his reaction after the kiss was cartoonish and cringy at best. So that's been my personal opinions and my thoughts, my analysis of Monday Night Raw this week. What I want to know from you guys out there, the viewers and subscribers, your thoughts on Monday Night Raw this week. What are your overall scores? What are your picks for best and worst match or segment of Monday Night Raw this week? I definitely want to hear what you guys out there have to say. Be sure you put your comments in the comment section below. If you guys like the video, be sure you slam that like button like a champ. And if you guys want to see more wrestling talk with awesome gameplays right here on WGS-TV, you know the way you got to do it. You got to hit that subscribe button down below. Don't forget, I'll go live every Thursday night with Sports Entertainment Tonight, 9 p.m. Central Time. And definitely one thing we will be talking about is WWE Live at the Cajun Dome over this past weekend, where you see I got this very nifty AJ Styles pendant. So if you guys want to hear what we have to say and what happened at the Cajun Dome with the WWE Live SmackDown event over this past weekend, be sure you tune in to Thursday night right here on WGS-TV. Also, if any of you out there went to the WWE Live event, please, I encourage you to call in. I want to hear what you guys have to say about the event, too. So, again, that's Thursday night right here on WGS-TV, 9 p.m. Central Time, with Sports Entertainment Tonight, with yours truly, Nick Nede Fuquay and Mark the Smart Traha. So, with that being said, I am your friendly neighborhood Russell Gamer, and I will see you next time right here on WGS-TV. Bye, guys!